Good morning, everybody, and happy Hump Day, June 29th, 2022. And I'm reading from Love Language Minute. Today's title is Accepting Worthwhile Advice. This is not good, Moses' father-in-law exclaimed. This job is too heavy a burden for you to handle all by yourself. Select from all the people some capable, honest men who fear God and hate bribes. Appoint them as leaders. Moses listened to his father-in-law's advice and followed his suggestions. Exodus 18, verses 17 through 18, 21, and 24. And that's true. And hate bribes. Appoint them as leaders, honest men who fear God and hate bribes. It's that simple. Well, that's not what our tyrant regime is about now, is it? When we marry, we commit to leaving our parents and cleaving to our spouse. But leaving parents does not mean that we will not consider their suggestions. After all, our parents are older than we are, and perhaps wiser. Or not, just depends. Your parents or in-laws may have some good advice. Or they may have some advice you don't want to take. You just have to read between the lines and you have to make the decision, but you discuss it with him. You don't have to worry about making the wrong one. In the book of Exodus, we see that Moses was an overworked administrator until he took the advice of his father-in-law. Jethro observed Moses spending hours judging all the Israelites' disagreements and suggested that Moses was on the fast track to burnout. When he shared the principle of delegation, Moses said to himself, "Why didn't I think of that?" That night, he talked with his wife about the idea and the next day posted a sign outside his office. Help wanted. Well, not exactly, but he did appoint several managers, to whom he delegated much of his work. It was one of the best decisions Moses ever made, and he got the idea from his father-in-law. In following Jethro's advice, Moses demonstrated his own maturity. He did not feel compelled to rebel against a good idea simply because it came from his father-in-law. He didn't feel the need to prove his own intelligence. Rather, he was secure enough in his own self-worth that he could accept a good idea. Regardless of its source, I hope that you will be as wise as Moses. Lord Jesus, thank you for the wisdom and experience you have given my parents and parents-in-law. You know how easy it is for me to discount their suggestions. When they give good advice, please show me how to accept it graciously. And you know, it's interesting when you watch some movies, documentaries about different ethnicities and how they grow up and how they want to break free of the life that they grew up in. But the constant banter of the parents or the care provider telling them that, well, you're not good enough to do that, so you might as well just accept it and move on. That mentality, I just don't understand. Because why not? They've got the choice. It's their life to lead. It's not your life to lead for them. People stop making choices for themselves because they allowed someone else to dictate to them the choice they need to make. Surrender to him, and he'll help fuel those choices in the right direction, the direction he wants you to go. Not the one of the darkness, not the one of self-worth where you feel like you're not worthy. So many people out there don't succeed in life because there's one person that came on their path and stole their joy. Well, I'm sorry. Don't let the thief do that anymore. You break free of that and trudge on like I have. Irregardless, I've had a full life, and I know when he calls me home, I'll have done as much as I possibly could to make a difference in this God-forsaken world with this heart of gold he gave me when I was born, when I was formed in the womb. He knew what he was doing. That was no mistake. And despite what my mother thinks, I wasn't a mistake. I was a gift from God. period. And I will continue to use my voice until he calls me home. Sometimes that's all I have to work with because my health has incapacitated me on a lot of days. I'm almost to my goal of 30 miles for the month of June. Hannah and I have been doing a cancer walk. So we're only like 0.25 miles from reaching the goal of 30. And we've got still more days left in the month. One more after today. So there's no doubt we're going to exceed the 30 miles. Talk about a great accomplishment, despite my medical hiccups. When you look at life like a child and don't dwell in the cards you've been dealt, you wake up with a smile on your face and realize he's given you another day. Let's see what I can do. Even if I have to take THC, which I'm calling my token heaven, calling. Because every time I take it, when I'm in excruciating pain, and that's the only time I take it, I just feel that much closer to him. It expands my mind. It opens up my clarity with him. Lets me see his messages clearer. Lets me share them with more people. I can't complain. So, when you look at your life and you go through it all and you have no regrets. I wish I would have become obedient sooner, but he was there with me the whole way. He saw what I was doing. He knew. I cried out to him so much. But when you get to a point in your life where you see the end is near, well, I'm telling you right now, the way to go is to start with Delta 9 and finish with THC. That's what I've been doing ever since arriving here in the Florida Keys. The Delta 9 is no longer my coasting. It's not effective enough. Every afternoon, I take 4 gummies, which is the maximum of Delta 9. Other than that, it's THC, and I already feel like every day when I wake up, I'm floating on a cloud. I barely feel my legs when I'm walking anymore. My fingers and my toes and my feet, they tingle. It is what it is. So we only have one life to live. So today's another bonus day. So use your voice for good, not evil. That's where the tyrant regime got it wrong. They use their voice for evil. And they're finding out quickly how they're not succeeding. And Roe versus Wade was the beginning. So stay tuned. I have more coming up. Love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.